Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys plans for Schottenheimer as Bones Fassel hired. Week 18 will come and go. So will Black Monday changes are inevitable in the NFL coaching world. Are they inevitable in the Dallas Cowboys coaching world? Minute by minute, story by story, we will report on what's going on here inside the Star in Frisco regarding team owner Jerry Jones' next big decision, which of course for now is focused on incumbent coach Mike McCarthy. We begin there and go to New York with our Cowboys coaching carousel tracker. January 20th by Bones, the Titans are hiring John Bones Fassel as their special teams coordinator, per NFL.com. The hire by Titans coach Brian Callahan ends a colorful stint for Fassel, who is out of contract in Dallas along with head coach McCarthy. Ben Johnson is meanwhile taking over the Bears. And what's up with Schotty? See below. January 19th Controversial coaches. The Cowboys seemingly have a set of controversial plans for top Mike McCarthy assistants Al Harris and Brian Schottenheimer. And those plans might surprise you. Explore Kansas City Star's coverage of the Kansas City Chiefs' expanding fanbase and KC's love for the team throughout the 2025 NFL playoffs. Per 105.3 The Fan's Sean Sharif, Harris, the assistant head coach with a focus on the secondary, is likely to not be on the future Dallas staff, but Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, might be seen as a keeper in a big way. Interestingly, both are McCarthy guys in a sense, so we also need to see if McCarthy lands a job with the Saints or the Bears. January 17th How long? Do you want Dallas to do this fast? Or to do it right? Is both possible? According to the Dallas Morning News, the Cowboys will take this into probably mid-February before they make a final decision. The bad news here? That could mean Dallas is simply dragging its feet because that's what Dallas sometimes does. The good news? The Super Bowl is February 9th, so it could mean that Dallas wants to wait it out on candidates who might be coaching in the big game. Lions aides Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, maybe? January 15th 2 visits coming. As we have reported, the Cowboys have an interview set up with former Jets coach Robert Saleh. And now, via ESPN, we have another name. Also on the wish list? Dallas has officially requested to visit with Seattle assistant head coach Leslie Frazier. Frazier was a head coach in Minnesota with an impressive track record as a defensive coordinator, as is the case with Saleh. Worth noting that these two visits, unlike the Deion Sanders phone call, would be official and would therefore satisfy the Rooney Rule, which requires teams to interview two outside diversity candidates for such openings. January 15th Lincoln connection. We have written a great deal over the years about the Jones family's connection with Lincoln Riley, stemming from the days when he was at Oklahoma and recruiting the son of Cowboys COO Stephen Jones. And here we are again. We've made the points on everybody from Kellen Moore to Deion Sanders to John Gruden. And on Riley, too. Riley's Trojans went 7-6 in 2024, but that's not a Jones problem here. There is a buyout to free him from his 10-year, $100 million deal with USC. And there is this. Urban Meyer, speaking on FS1, has insisted in the face of many who don't think Dallas is a coveted job that Riley would simply have to accept the job if offered. Shock new favorite emerges to become Cowboys head coach, despite never holding a top job before. The Cowboys may be closing in on hiring a hugely unexpected head coaching candidate, according to new betting odds posted Monday. Dallas, who parted ways with Mike McCarthy earlier this month after the two sides failed to reach a contract extension, are in the market for a new head coach, with Deion Sanders among those previously linked to the job. But the best bet for the job now appears to be Cowboys offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, who was deemed the favorite on Monday by DraftKings. Schottenheimer, who has never been a head coach at any level, was given -180 odds of becoming Dallas head coach at one point, and moved to -250 later in the day according to multiple reports. Kellen Moore, who was previously the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys and Chargers and now holds the same role for the Eagles, was given the second-best odds at plus 250. He was previously the favorite. Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury was in third at plus 350, former Jets head coach Robert Saleh was at plus 450, and now former Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson was at plus 550, though he agreed to become Bears head coach afterwards according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Sanders was way back in seventh at plus 750, with Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady also ahead of him at plus 650. In Schottenheimer's first year as offensive coordinator in Dallas, 2023, the Cowboys led the league in points per game, 29.9, and won 12 games. This year, with quarterback Dak Prescott hurt for half of the season, Dallas took a step back and were 21st in points per contest. More crucially, though, is the 51-year-old Schottenheimer's lack of head coaching experience. He has been an NFL offensive coordinator on 4 occasions including his stint in Dallas, and was also Jacksonville's passing game coordinator during the 2021 season. It appears that the hire would have the support of Prescott, as Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio wrote that the quarterback wants continuity and doesn't want to learn a new offense. Schottenheimer has also raved about Prescott in the past. "I love the man," Schottenheimer said. "I love the work ethic. He's a tireless preparer. The way the guys follow him. The way he wants to be coached, the way he wants to be open-minded to trying different things from a fundamental standpoint." The Cowboys will hope whoever their new head coach is can help them bounce back from their 7-10 season this year. Cowboys interview Leslie Frazier for head coaching vacancy. The Cowboys have conducted their third head coaching interview since moving on from Mike McCarthy, with Seattle Seahawks assistant head coach Leslie Frazier completing his interview on Monday. Frazier, 65, was the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings from 2011 to 2013. He took over as the interim for Brad Childress in 2010 and was retained for the following 3 seasons, where he posted a 21-33-1 record as head coach. After his first full season as head coach in 2011 ended with a 3-13 record, Frazier led the Vikings to a 10-6 record the following year, the biggest single-season turnaround in franchise history and one that saw him finish 4th in the NFL Coach of the Year award voting. Cowboys defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer hired as Frazier's replacement in Minnesota in 2014, where he was the head coach for 7 seasons. A majority of Frazier's career in the NFL has come as a defensive coordinator, holding that role for the Cincinnati Bengals, Minnesota Vikings, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Buffalo Bills. In 13 seasons as a defensive coordinator, Frazier coordinated defenses have been in top 10 in total defensive yards allowed 7 times. The 2021 Bills defense was especially strong under Frazier, leading in the league in total yards allowed and points allowed, plus finishing 3rd in takeaways. That season, Buffalo would come up just short to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC divisional round and finish the year 11-6. In his playing days, Frazier was a cornerback who went undrafted out of Alcorn State in 1981 and would be signed by the Chicago Bears, where he spent all 5 seasons of his NFL career. Frazier led the Bears in interceptions, 6, in 1985 when Chicago won Super Bowl 20. Just over 2 decades later, he would go on to win Super Bowl 41 as assistant head coach with the Indianapolis Colts over the Bears. Frazier now joins former Jets head coach Robert Saleh and Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore as the candidates that Dallas has officially interviewed thus far for the head coaching vacancy. For the latest news on the Cowboys head coaching search, visit our Cowboys head coach candidate tracker here. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Leslie Frazier? Leave your opinion in the comments.